If you take a long break from the sport, maybe 1 or 2 years, your body heals. Is that a possibility for you to maybe come back in the future?
No, I'm not coming back.
I'm a slave to your games. I wanna chain you up. I wanna tie you down. I'm just a sucker for pain.
I'm back. The reason I'm back is because I miss training all day, every day, just to beat the shit out of somebody.
Evan Dunham taking on Francisco Trinaldo. And for Evan Dunham, the American, on foreign soil, he mentioned on his Instagram that this will be his last fight for the lightweight division. Dunham moves forward, EB, and starts saving today. Down to the canvas goes Trinaldo, and Dunham looks to pounce.
He powers his way back to his feet. Oh, nice short uppercut. He's gonna have a hard time outboxing Trinaldo when it comes to the power difference.
Counter shot from Trinaldo, and that will end it.
Man, he is in absolute agony. I gotta see where that shot landed. But he is not up yet. Talk about the difference.
No regrets. Why would there be? I've never not trained hard. I've never not done the things I needed to do to put myself in a position to win. So how can I regret anything? I'm extremely happy, and I'm ready to move on.
Lastly for me, I wanted to ask Evan Dunham. I didn't expect to see you up here today. I wanted to get the update. Are you getting the itch to get back in there? And what's the plan for you?
I underwent some pretty gnarly shoulder surgery, and within about a month of that, I knew I wanted to fight again. So
allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ho, H to the OV. I used to move snowflakes by the OZ. I guess even back then you can call me CEO of the ROC. Ho, fresh out the frying pan into the fire. I be the music
pretty packed by the time we leave.
The conversation like some people don't really have too much is like, how do you balance trying to have a UFC career and be a gym owner at the same time, right? And I feel like sometimes these things are not like the easiest things to balance. And now that he's coming kind of like out of retirement, having to jump back in there and how to like juggle things. But one thing people don't understand is when Evan went on like one of his biggest win streaks in the UFC a few years ago, it was only him and I think Renee here, and Evan was still teaching primarily like a lot of the classes in the evening, and it was the first year the gym was open, and that's actually when he went on his biggest win streaks. A lot of people would make excuses like, I got this on my plate and this on my plate, and this person like canceled training. I feel like Evan's you never hear this out of his mouth or anything. As far as like balancing things, I feel like Evan's always got that down. And I feel like that's why we're all really excited for this fight, because now it's like he's got a lot of help and he's able to have the freedom to kind of like go around and stuff when this was not always the case before. His daughter's a little bit older now, not so much. I'm sure they're still driving him like nuts like daughters tend to do.
What you see is what you get. You're gonna realize like, hey, this is somebody who has proven in his own life how to push yourself to a point that most people aren't willing to, and I need some of that in my life because I want to be the best version of myself.
Look at all this shit. It's going to hopefully clear pretty soon and we'll be right back to normal. If not, we're going to work anyways.
And I remember him distinctly saying like, it's not you then them, it's you again, it's you, making it horrible for the other person and knowing that like, it's just you against you, it's you again.
You know, I was running last night, and I was thinking about all this crap, you know what I mean? And I realized the only place of real comfort is in hard work.
That's all you have control over anyway.
Yeah, just work your ass off, and at least you have control over that.
For him, and look what he's done here in Las Vegas. He's made a big name for himself here with his jiu-jitsu academy, and I've traveled all over the place. I've trained at so many different gyms, probably every jiu-jitsu gym in Las Vegas mostly. And by far, this is my favorite one, not just because of the non-stop great guys you got to go with the technique, the different bodies, and just how friendly everyone is here and how it's like a family. And everyone's got Evan's back, and we can't wait till he fights and puts a smackdown on Michael Johnson. I met Evan early 2000s. It was a small MMA scene back then, and Evan came out of a Jiu-Jitsu academy in Eugene, Oregon. And so I would see him at either amateur fights, some of the FCFFs, sport fights, or just local grappling tournaments. And I always liked the way Evan approached competition. He was very, very tough. He hadn't had very many fights, but you could see that he had the hunger and the burning desire to compete. And every time he competed hard. And I knew Evan was extremely tough and extremely gifted. So when I made the IFL team, I actually reached out to Evan about coming down and training with me at Ken Shamrock's, and that he may have an opportunity to go overseas and fight in the Philippines for a large amount of money. And Evan came down, flew out, stayed at my house, and competed against, I would say, at that time, 20 of the top lightweights from the Pacific Northwest, Oregon, California, Washington, Idaho. And he basically ran the gauntlet and beat every single one of them. Got the spot, went out to the Philippines. I called my manager at the time. I said, yo, this guy's the real deal. You got to sign this guy. So he said, I'll tell you what, we'll get him a fight. And I think at the time it was Tachi Palace, and Evan put it on him. About 2 weeks later, he got the phone call to step in and fight in the UFC, and the rest is history. And that was, I couldn't even tell you how long ago. I would say close to 15 years, and Evan's still in the UFC. And like I always said, anyone can make it to the UFC. I mean, I made it there. Lots of guys have made it there. It's staying in the UFC. If you've got more than 5 fights, 10 fights in the UFC, you're a bad, bad man.
Who that? Talking about who that? Run up on me, you get your ass beat blue-black.
Look him up. That says enough to me. I got nothing but respect, nothing but love for him. And who else, if you look back when he started, who else is still in there, still competing?
So, really excited about this Michael Johnson fight. He is the exact kind of fighter that I made my career off of. He's tough in the beginning, great striker, lots of talent, but he breaks and he'll give up. And my goal is to make him give up. I'm going to drag him deep into the water and I'm going to drown him.